All right, realtors, I'm going to say something extremely bold, but that I strongly believe in as well. I believe that if you are a realtor, your personal Facebook page is worth 10 times more than your business page. And today I'm going to discuss exactly why with real examples, real stories, and how these different things and doing this in your business using your personal page can absolutely revolutionize your business. So, real quick, if you missed Tuesday's video, you need to go watch it right away, probably even before you watch this. I broke down the truth nobody tells you about a personal versus business page and how the algorithm works. And I want you to understand that that kind of shows you the facts about it. And today I'm going to kind of prove that to you. Today, I want to walk you through exactly how your personal page can become the most powerful real estate tool that you already have. And if you use it this right way, it's going to bring you everything that you want in your business: leads, referrals, even agents like I've brought on without spending a dollar on ads. I remember thinking that a business page made sense, right? I told you on Tuesday how I used to use a business page for my old team, and I thought it was what worked, right? But then when Facebook created professional mode, and we will talk more about that and show you how to do it next week, that is when the game changed, right? And when I am real talking about parenting struggles, the juggle of being a husband, dad, realtor, all those things, I have success. No call to action, no marketing strategy, nothing fancy. But people reach out saying, "Hey, I relate to you. Can you help us? Can we meet? Can you help us buy a home?" And I want you guys to understand, right, what the 3 weeks have been, and even next week here on the podcast and video series, right? First, we had talking about the avatar. Then we had your content buckets. This week, talking about a business page versus personal page on Facebook and why you don't even need a business page. And then next week, we will show you directly changes you can make, and I will show them how to do them. Again, when you build a personal page, they see you, your story, your family, your values, your heart, and the behind the scenes life. And that creates instant trust. Clients work with people that they what? Know, like, and trust. Not with logos, templates, corporate pages, nothing. People that they trust. When people get to know you and like you and trust you, that is the entire engine that drives your real estate business. Some of you might be finding this today, November 21st, just about a week before Thanksgiving. Others of you might see this in months, but I want you to understand that this can change your business. I talked to an agent of mine yesterday talking about, oh, should I be using my personal page or my real estate page, my business page? And I said, go watch my YouTube channel this week on Tuesday and Friday, and then get back to me. Even top producers that are crushing on social media, they are not doing it from a business page. They are showing up every single day on their personal Facebook page. We've talked about this, right? Your personal page lets you create content buckets and do all the heavy lifting, right? Faith and family for me, real estate, social media coaching and Wolfpack, Phillies and sports, financial freedom, right? If you love the Phillies, we connect instantly. If not, or maybe like the Mets or whatever, we'll still have some sort of connection, maybe roast each other's baseball teams, right? If you love and value family, we'll connect. If you hate that stuff, we won't. And guess what? That is the point. Yesterday, I had an agent reach out and they said, "Oh, I want to post about this thing, but I can't do it because I'm going to push people away." And I said, that is literally the point. That's great. Go ahead. You should post that yesterday because we want to push people away. So we talked about this a little bit on Tuesday, but I want you to understand the algorithm on your personal page. Facebook no longer pushes business page content unless you pay for it. On your personal page, Facebook thinks, such a real human sharing real life, let's show it to more people. And that's why a simple photo of like me at a Phillies playoff game, a story about the Wolf Pack, a win for a client, or something about my kids always, always gets more reach than anything I ever post on my business page. The other thing I will say is if you are struggling with content and you're frustrated and you're thinking, oh, nobody watches my stuff, whatever, switch it up. Do something a little different. I've encouraged some of my agents. They're like, well, why am I not getting the views? Because it's just a selfie of you every single day. That is not something that's going to draw me in. So, how can you draw them in with that content? Anything I share on my personal page always will get more views than my business page, right? Business pages sound good in theory, like, oh, John Shookman, realtor, but in reality, they have low reach, low engagement, low trust, no relationships, no community. And then we talked about this Tuesday. Facebook wants you to pay for visibility. They want you to pay to play, right? So again, low reach, low engagement, low trust, no relationships, no community. It's just buying and selling houses. It is. You're not building relationships and like people getting to know you on a personal level. You are not just Sam the realtor or John Shookman the realtor. People want to get to know you the person and work with people like that. Your personal page is free and that's awesome. Again, Facebook, you got to pay to play with ads. Your personal page is free and performs about 10 to 20 times better. A few months ago, right, an agent in my Wolfpack crew said, "John, people never like or comment on my post." Turns out almost everything was on her business page and the stuff on her personal page was not engaging, right? Let's ask some questions. Let's be curious. So we switched her to her personal page. She shared a few vulnerable stories about her life, journey, family. 80 comments because she was being curious, asking questions, tons of engagement, multiple referrals just by that weekend. I think it was two or three referrals, and it's just being more real. The same content, the same person, right? In theory, it's the same content, right? You're sharing the same stuff. You can be sharing at either place, but on your personal page, totally different results. So if you want the full psychology behind why this works so well, please go to today's podcast episode and I break it down in details, right? I want you guys to understand how this works. I want you guys to have success with this, okay? Do not miss next week's videos here on the YouTube channel and podcast on Friday because I'm going to walk you through a few tweaks that you can make on your social media when you watch the video next week that can make you get more interactions, more comments, more engagement. And I will share these tips that instantly will boost your referrals and tiny tweaks that made a massive difference in my real estate journey. And so Tuesday, I'll be talking about it. Friday on the video, I will literally walk you through it. I will do a screen share and show you on Facebook how to do these things. So if you're ready to switch your business, please stop using your business page, use your personal page. That is where 99.99999% of your business will come. On Facebook, it will come from your personal page. So if you're ready to switch, go and do it. And please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and maybe share this with another realtor who might need help and needs to stop using their business page. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate you guys and love being on this journey with you. And I'll see you guys next week.